how's it going today? Josh here with another GetResponse setup walkthrough. And what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to create custom forms within GetResponse. And then I'm going to give you a little bonus here is I'm going to show you how you can take that form and put it right on your landing page and just using a simple embed process. And so here's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put myself down in the corner. I'm trying not to make this too long for you. The custom forms are a pretty simple build, but we can definitely get through this and show you how to put this on there. And I'll give you a little bit of insight on why you would do that here. Is you would want a custom form. Let's say maybe you have a program that you're trying to promote and they want a form code or some sort of custom form on a landing page to be able to track those leads and put them into your list. Or maybe you've got a builder that you want to just use the custom form instead of putting like their integration into the system or whatever the case may be. It's a way to capture leads. It's a way to get that information and get it into your list. And then you can continue building your email list as time goes on. So what we're here is you're on my main page right here. I'm going to move over to the forms list. So you're going to click on the menu. You're going to go over to forms and surveys. Now, when you're in the forms and surveys, you might get a different view right away. And this other view that you might see is you might see another page that says something along the lines of like, set up your first form or something like that. If that's the case, no big deal. Just go through it, do the tutorial, all that kind of stuff, and then move on to this. And so I'm going to go over here and hit create form, and it's going to bring up an option. And you're going to have a list builder wizard, a list builder app. You're going to have plain HTML, and then you're going to have integrations. And there's integrations where you can use, if you click on that, you can do a Facebook web form, WordPress, Joomla, WooCommerce, stuff like that. The list builder apps, you have different things you can do like a sign up box, exit pop-ups, things like that. We're going to go with plain HTML, and here's why. This is the simplest process to create a custom form for your landing page. And you put this form wherever it is that you're going to do it, and it will show up exactly the way that you have it put up in here. So right now what we're going to do is you can see here, it's a plain HTML, nothing too crazy here. This is just basically, it's a embed code that you put in either a script web part or a embed web part within your builder or your website. And you can copy the code here just like it is. You can see the preview here just says email, and then there's a subscribe button. But what we're going to do over here is you notice on the form settings, there's a list. You can add them to a cycle. You've got the submit button value. You can change that. You can change the names of the fields, all that kind of stuff. And so we're going to change the list. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to say website subscriber, and we'll add them to the cycle. So this cycle is the autoresponders. So if you have autoresponders set up for a certain subscription, so for me, I have a set of autoresponders for the website subscribers. So when somebody goes to our website, they click on the subscribe to our newsletter, they sign up with their information, then it adds them to this autoresponder. And then that allows them to start getting those automated messages. The idea here is that you want to automate as many things as you can without losing the personal touch. So these aren't pre-written emails. These are emails that I've written, but I just put them in a sequence. So I don't have to email those people personally every day. So that's what you can do with this too. Now you can do name, first name, last name, things like that. There's different custom fields, gender, phone, mobile, all this stuff. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to put in name, and you notice what it did is it added them in here. So here's name and email. And I like, leaving, so these you want to leave lowercase because that ties into the actual fields within GetResponse. So we have this here. We have the submit button value, and I'm going to say sign up now. So act like we're signing up to a newsletter or something like that. So here's the preview, name, email, sign up now, okay? So you'll notice down here, you're going to have some values down here in terms of, here's the form action, right? So it's add subscriber. And then when you come down here, it has the name field, has the email field. You can see it's got a campaign list token. So this token, if you ever have anybody that says, hey, go create this custom form with name and email and then get me the token, your form token. That's what this guy is right here. So see, it says campaign token value, and then there's this 5 characters here. This token is unique to this form, and it will keep these settings over on the right. So let's say, for example, a good example is major affiliate marketing platforms to integrate their system to capture leads. So like a done-for-you system, and take the leads that you get there from their capture page and put it into your GetResponse list. They're going to ask you for this code, a campaign token or a form token, something like that. And that's the token you're going to give them. So if you come across that, that's what you're looking for. So here we have 2, add subscriber to follow-up sequence with specified day, input type hidden, name, start day, value 0. Notice that matches what's over here. And then of course the type is submit, the value is sign up now. That's it. So how do we put this on our site? So if you're not using a done-for-you system and you're not using this code and you want to put this actually on a page, you can copy the code like this. It's going to copy it for you, or you can highlight it all like this and do Control-C. That'll copy it too. And I've got my website pulled up here. So right here, learn how to be more successful, right? And I've got a couple things. You know, I've got a text field and a form field. So I'm going to delete the form field here. And now we've just got nothing, right? We just got the text. So we're going to come over here, and this is the HBA Funnel Builder, by the way. If you want to know more about the HBA Funnel Builder, you can let me know. I can get you some information. You can also take a look down below. I'm going to have a link to it down below for you to check out if you want to see about kind of how this works. So we're going to go add widget over here. So we have a couple different options. So if we go down to the bottom, we've got code, and then we've got embed, right? So I'm going to go with code. And the reason for that is embed is more if you have, for example, like a YouTube video or a Vimeo or something like that you want to embed the video in the page. That's what you would use that for. But for this, we want to do a source code, right? We want to do a code app. So I'm going to paste that code in there. And you notice it kind of changes the colors and stuff because it recognizes that it's actually code. And so now when we put this in here, you notice name, email, sign up now. That all comes in and pops in, right? The only downside, and I'm going to say this because I believe that this is truly the only downside, is you don't have the ability to change the style of the button. It just looks just like that, right? So remember back here, here's the preview, okay? Just basic forms, sign up now. Look it on the website, right? Name, email, basic forms, sign up now. Nothing special. You can see here that the theme is set to dark. There really isn't much you can change on that. You know, the code is HTML. There's really not a whole lot there, right? You can do alignment settings. You can align it to the center, which there really isn't a lot to change with that because the code is just the way it is. But anyways, so when you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to actually have people that come in with their name and email, and they will put their information in here, and you'll be able to set that out. So that's how you create a custom form in GetResponse, and there's different ways to do it too. So let's do this. Let's go back to here, and let's say you wanted to add, how do we want to do this here? Let's say you want to add like comments and then maybe phone number, okay? So we have the phone number, then you have a comment. And what we can do too is, so we've got name, we've got all that, phone number and comment, perfect. So now you notice down here what happened, right? This got bigger because now we got email, we've got phone, we've got comments. So I'm going to copy the code. And I'm going to show you how easy this is, right? So you come in here, you go into edit code, the green button, I usually do, I select everything and then I hit backspace to remove it all and then paste in the new code. So you notice there's a couple extra lines in there now. Now watch what happens when I click off of the screen. Now we have name, email, phone, comment. Okay. So this is what it looks like on the desktop, right? So name, email, phone, comment. And what you notice here is that the box is kind of down here like this, right? And it's all squished together, right? But you can mess, if you know HTML, so if you know the HTML coding, you could, start messing with some of the stuff. So like if we go back here and you can see that there's a break line here, you can start putting in some extra things in here to break it apart and make it look a little bit different than what it does right here. So I'm not a big coder myself. I do know a lot of technical things and I do know how to do some of that, but you could mess around with this, right? You could change font colors. You could do anything like that. You could, change the spacing in between, just so many things that you could do with this, but this is just very basic. Now, I am going to show you one more thing is they have this list builder wizard and you notice there's some different templates for forms, right? So for example, let's go with, all right. So notice how this form looks, right? So you notice how this is a little bit different. Okay. So this form has some gusto to it. It's got some actual styling and things like that. And you can change a lot of stuff, drag and drop, right? So you can come around and you can say, I want to put in their phone number. So here we go. Let's expand this out. Move this down. Phone. There we go. So you got to give it some room. So what this is just a visual form builder, okay? And you want to check some things out, right? You want to look at the mobile and stuff, make sure it all looks good. Look at desktop. So we're going to do this and we're going to say save. And let's unlock it for editing. Everything else should be good. And here's what you can do too, right? So you take this kind of stuff and you can actually, put in, so you go to the style, you can change the color of the button. So we could go a little bit more brighter purple. Looks like it's a background template. And then what we can do, oh, there you go. Background is a photo, right? So you can scale it, right? So there's the scale. See? Change the background. You can do just fit to screen. There we go. So with that, we want to publish the form. Okay. So I'm going to publish the form. So now we have right here. So you notice this is a little bit different. Okay. This is JavaScript. This is JavaScript code. So now you want to add the following code to your website. So you do copy. And now we're going to go over here. We're going to go back to website. We're going to take this. We're going to say edit code. Now we're going to take all this out, paste in the new code. Okay. Now you notice this says custom code. So it doesn't show you the code now because it's not HTML, it's JavaScript. So now we have to actually save the page and preview it. And there you go. There's your custom form. Here's the thing. I'm not a developer. I did not write any code. I did not change anything. You can if you want, but I didn't change anything. I just went in. I made the edits I wanted to make. If we want to change this too, here's what's great about this. So if I want to change this, I can go back over here and I can say, you know what? I'm going to go back to the form creator. It's going to bring this back up. Now let's say I want to change the font. Okay, so we want to unlock the editing, click on the font, go to style, and I want to change that to alpha. No, gross. That's not good font. Let's go Amaranth, okay? And let's actually do something else. Let's do, what else could we put in here? Here we go. Do a counter. Copy that. Back to the website. Remember, click on the code, custom. Now, what I'm doing here is I do a Control A to select all, backspace, Control V to paste it, save the page, go back into website preview, and check that out. So now the counter down here, So what this is going to do is I go in like this. Now I haven't said, so if we go back to the form, okay, so back to the form creator, I want to show you something with the custom, with the list builder like this, is that form, you have to make sure it's connected to something, and you want to make sure that you know where this is going, right? So you go settings, form settings, here's the form name, so we're just going to leave that for now. And then the list, right? You want to make sure that you put it the right list. So I'm going to say, you know, website subscriber, ad cycle today, choose a thank you page. So you can just do default thank you page, already subscribed. You could do reCAPTCHA on the second step if you want, but otherwise you basically have all this stuff here like this. And I'm going to do video recording list. How about that? So then that way I know that this isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to change anything. So save that. Okay, so publish that again. And then now when we put this back on, now you got to change the code on the website every time that you make a change, right? So we're going to go in here, exit off of the preview. And again, for those of you that are skipping past to the end, or those of you that didn't, you know, hear me the first time, this is using the HBA Funnel Builder. This is a low-cost funnel builder that has a lot of really cool features on it, and you can make things look really, really nice. Obviously, this looks pretty nice. And this is even just a quick rendition of one. I can show, if you look at some of the other stuff I've done, I can show you things that I've done otherwise. So same thing, go in here, select all, backspace, paste the new one in, save the page, preview. Now here's what's cool. In the preview with this builder, I can actually go put in my information and treat it like an actual preview. So we're going to test that, right? So we're going to say Josh, and we're going to say, we're going to go Josh at jkschonert.com, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Let's do it. Oh, input phone value. There we go. Okay. Thanks for joining our list. You'll hear from us soon. Stay tuned. Okay. And that's it. Right? All good. So now, and that would, so you see what happened, right? This went to a GetResponse automated thank you page. So if I go back to the other page, we're going to go back here. This is going to take us back to the builder. And here's what I'm going to do. So actually, I'm going to go up top, go to lists. And we're going to go down to that video recording list. Notice that there's a 1 in there. And what are you going to see? Boom. There you go. So that's how you create custom forms. That's how you can make sure that that stuff shows up in the right area. And just so that way, you know, you aren't confused, you can do that any of the ways that you want. Again, go into menu, forms and surveys. You can go create the form, and you can see I've done another test down here before. And if you ever want to turn one off, you can just turn around and just say, hey, I'm good. I don't want it. I'm good. And then it'll stop working. So, and then when we come in here like this, you can see that the form no longer shows up, right? So if you unpublish a form, it disappears. Now, if I go back like this and I turn this form back on, just that quick, turn that form back on, come back over here, right? Go back to the website preview, and boom, form's there. So it's an active load. It's not just cached into your browser. It's loading it from your GetResponse installation. So that's all I've got for this right now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope I was able to explain how to use these forms. And really what this is for is this is to help automate your capture. So then that way, if you don't have the ability, you know, if you don't want to build a form right in the page, or you don't have the ability to build a form right in the page, and you want to be able to use GetResponse to do that, you can definitely do that. So if you have any questions, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if it was informative for you. And if you like this content, hit the subscribe button. I do content like this. I try to do it every week. I was on vacation for a little while, so we haven't had a instructional video like this in a bit, but I like to be able to put this out there for you guys because this is what I love. I love the techie stuff, and I love doing this for you. So hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you liked the video by giving me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye.